Yo, what's up guys, it's Tyrant here for Frame Advantage, and today I'm bringing you guys a little bit of a character breakdown and basics guide for one of the new Dragon Ball FighterZ characters, Zamasu. So I know a lot of you guys were really excited for Zamasu before he was released. He's a very, very unique character in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I don't believe there's any other character in the game that plays like him, so he's really cool and unique. So let's get started with his normals and stuff like that and just sort of go through him from top to bottom pretty much. So his standing, his 5L is actually a pretty slow button. I believe that's 7 frame startup. I could be wrong, but it seems pretty sluggish for a light button at least. He does have a low hitting 2L, which is really big in this game to have. You know, that's going to give you more opportunities to open up your opponent and stuff like that. So yeah, his jumping L is this button right here, which seems to have pretty good range on it actually for a light button. So yeah, you got that there. So moving on, his medium buttons now. He has a pretty decent, like his 2M seems to hit pretty far away, which is nice. And the 5M actually does have some pretty good range as well. And he sort of lunges forward with that one as well, so that's useful to know. His jump medium is this kick right here, which of course, you know, you can cross up with that. So yeah, pretty good buttons for Zamasu here. The only downside, the only problem I think he has is this slow 5L here, but it's alright, it's not too bad. Okay, so his heavy buttons at least. So yeah, pretty good range on the. Not often you're going to be throwing this out at all, but you know, it's nice to know that it hits pretty far. So yeah, his 2H is this right here, which is it doesn't have the same impact as a lot of the other 2Hs in the game, but I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah. His jump H is this flip kick thing, kind of similar to Frieza, I guess. You know, he kind of does a forward flip with the kick. So let's check out his light auto combo here. So everyone has a unique launcher with their light auto combo. You can see his one right there. So it's worth noting that Zamasu does not have an airborne 2H that launches. You just get that flip kick thing there. So he's like Frieza, for example, where if you try and get this, yeah, he just knocks them down or knocks them away. So he's not like other characters like Vegeta, for example, where you can launch them airborne and get a full combo like that. Yeah, Zamasu doesn't work like that, so you're going to have unique combos specifically for him, and having good assists is really beneficial to Zamasu. So moving on to Zamasu's S buttons now, the key blasts. So this is his 5S, which is just a regular key blast. What's interesting to note about this one is it will never hit crouching opponents. So for example, if I make Gohan crouch, that will miss, but it's not just on Gohan or other characters similar size to him. If I bring in Broly here, who's the biggest character in the game, it will go straight over his head as well. You know, that will still whiff. Airborne, these key blasts here, he's got these shots that can fire up to 3 times. So you can do 1, 2, or 3 of those. And that works in flight mode as well. So let's break down Zamasu's special moves now. So 2, 3, 6, and then light, medium, or heavy gives you the Eternal Justice move, which is this move where he like swings the energy sword there. The light version will give you a soft knockdown, they can tech. The medium version will give you a sliding knockdown and they can tech afterwards. And then the heavy version costs you a meter and it will knock them down, and it has a lot faster start than the other 2 versions. So you can also use those in the air. So for example, it works similar to Goku Black's kind of God Slicer move. It's very, very similar. You're going to use it to end combos and go into super and stuff like that. 2, 1, 4 and light, medium, or heavy gives you the Wall of Light. What this special move does, it gives you 2 orbs above Zamasu's head, and then after a set period of time, they fire down. So the light version, you can do this in the air as well. The light version goes off after 2 in-game seconds, and the medium version seems to go off after roughly around 4 in-game seconds. The heavy version will cost you a meter and it will do both. So it will do the 2-second one and then another 2 seconds, it will do the heavy one. And you can use this in tons of different combos. This opens up so much combo potential with Zamasu, and it's one of the things that really makes him unique. The orbs do act like key blasts, so you know, similar to like Beerus and stuff. If your opponent happens to super dash through, they'll just get reflected and they'll go straight through. Using the Wall of Light mid-combo is actually really beneficial for Zamasu, as it allows him to combo into things that he wouldn't normally be able to do. So here's an example of a combo that is normally not possible without the Wall of Light. 236S is the Divine Order special move, and what this does, Zamasu will swing the sword like that. Pretty big hitbox, and this gives you a wall bounce, just like that. If you hold it, you get the projectile version. Takes a little slow, it's a little slower start, but it gives you that full screen projectile there. This move is actually Zamasu's assist as well, so you can see right there, if I call him, he does it without the slow charge time. 214S is Heaven's Flash, and this is actually Zamasu's fly. So if you've played Marvel, you know all about fly states. You know, characters like Magneto and stuff like that, they can fly. And this is one of the things that makes Zamasu really unique, because as crazy as it sounds, he's the only character in this Dragon Ball Z game that can actually fly. Like properly fly. So while he's in this state, you can still block. In Marvel games, you could not block whilst you're in fly state. So for example, Gohan, if he does Super Dash, you can actually block. You will lose the fly state, but at least you can block whilst you're in that state. When you're in the fly state, however, your moves completely change. So while you're jumping around, you have these normals as your attacks. When you're in the fly state, the light, medium, heavy buttons, they all refer back to the Eternal Justice special move. So Zamasu will perform whichever one you press, and you'll lose fly. One thing I didn't mention about the Eternal Justice special move, which is the 236 light, medium, or heavy button, this one here, is if you press S straight away afterwards, it puts you straight into fly state. So for example, if I do it right here and press S, I go straight into fly state. I can press L again and go straight back into fly state. So technically you can just keep doing this. I mean, this is one of the things that I think is going to make him so strong, is his really good movement options. You can call assists while you're in that state. So while you're in the flight state, you can actually press back and S and it will just drop you straight out of it. So there you can see, if you press back and S, you fall down. You can press buttons on the way down as well. So yeah, you're going to have lots of opportunities to open up your opponent with that. So what's worth noting about Zamasu's flight mode is now he has the access to all of his special moves at a direction and a button. He doesn't have to do the full input anymore. So, for example, if I want the Eternal Justice move, now when I'm in flight, I just press one of the buttons. You know, I can press the medium one, get the medium version. If I want the Wall of Light, I can just do back and one of the buttons and I get it. I don't have to do the full input. And if I want Divine Order, while I'm in flight mode, I just press forward and S for the uncharged version, or I hold forward and S for the fully charged version. So really unique stuff from Zamasu there. So moving on to his supers now. So the Divine Wrath, which is the 236 light medium, is this kind of orb attack, kind of similar to Goku Black. And this super is extremely useful. It's really easy to actually do follow-up supers, similar to like Bardock and stuff, and Kid Buu. So let's say, for example, here we get a corner combo on Gohan. Okay, launch you up. We're gonna do a basic B&B combo. Gonna do this. Immediately switch to Cell. And we get another super really easily. So that's the kind of thing you can do with Zamasu, but that's not just it. You can get more than that as well, because the slow hit from Zamasu's super allows you to get even better follow-ups. So for example here, let's say we get another corner combo on Gohan. We're gonna do the same thing. Gonna launch you up. There we go. Immediately switch to Vegeta. Yeah, you get more than that. So Zamasu's level 1 super is actually really strong and allows you to get really easy follow-ups. This is actually a really good thing to have on a character, because it's that extra damage extension you wouldn't normally be able to get. So Zamasu's other level 1 super is the Blades of Judgment, and this one is kind of similar to Piccolo's Hellzone Grenade. It fires a bunch of beams out in front of him, and by itself it's just a, you know, it's just a whatever super. I mean, you can't even use it like this really. So for example, this one combo, that was not a combo. So you might be thinking, how am I going to use this? How do I use this super? So if you use this in combination with different assists, or with the Wall of Light special move, you actually can get some really devastating results. So let me show you guys what this super is capable of with the correct assists. Let me just show you an example here. So, you know, you can get some really cool stuff with this combo. That's just scratching the surface. There is so much more you can do with that. So you can use this super, it doesn't even have to be in a combo. You can use this super in the same way you would with, say, Piccolo's Hellzone Grenade or Gotenks's Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. It really covers your approach and makes it hard to see your character. So it's really tricky for them to realize, you know, do I have to block high, low, you know, how do I block? So it's really useful like that. So Zamasu's level 3, so this is actually a track-in level 3, so it will kind of get them wherever they are on the screen, doesn't matter where. If I do it from over here, it's going to hit him regardless. So it's a really strong level 3, and you can do it, you don't even need to be anywhere near them, and the hitbox is that whole pillar, so it's like, it will get them wherever they are. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's still very powerful for the fact that it will track them wherever they are. So now with Zamasu, you can do Z-change into his level 3, so kind of wherever. So you can actually combo into his level 3 in situations where it wasn't before possible, which is really useful. So I mean, you can do it anywhere on the screen. Like, he's nowhere near me right now and that level 3 connected. So really cool stuff. So I feel like Zamasu is one of those very unique characters that is going to take a lot of time to get used to, but I feel like one of the things you have to get to grips with the most is this move, the Wall of Light. So obviously it fires off the shots at a specific time, but getting used to that timing is going to be so important, and being able to adapt your combos on the fly for the different hits, it's going to be so important, man. So he's actually one of the few characters that could get a meatless snapback with this move, which is massive because it costs you no bar, and you can use that for other things later on like super and stuff like that. So being able to do that is really massive for Zamasu, and getting used to the different timings of the different versions of the Wall of Light is going to be big. See, that was the medium version there, so getting used to the different timings is going to be super important with Zamasu. So I hope you guys like this little breakdown of Zamasu and what he could be potentially capable of. This is still release day, so I haven't had a ton of time with the character, but I'm having so much fun with him so far. So yeah, he's a really cool character, and I hope you guys put in a lot of work to him. I feel like the reward to playing him is going to really pay off for the people that stick with him. So stick with the character, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with a few combos I've figured out with him, and yeah, that's me done. Tyrant out. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys soon.